Good afternoon, everyone. So, we are going to have a discussion on a program related to economics optional. This is a program which is slightly unique than the standard optional program that we are having, and that is the reason why we are going to have a separate webinar on that. And I would be quite interested in knowing your input also, or what else do you want to be added there. So let's start. This program is what we are calling Topic Enhancement Program. For economics optional, this program is being taken up, and let me introduce myself before we go further. I am Sham Sundar. I have been an alumnus of Delhi School of Economics, qualified Indian Economic Service way back in 2007. And I have almost 2 decades of experience in teaching now in the different colleges at University of Delhi and here at Vajiram and Ravi. I've been taking both GS as well as the economics optional classes. So this is about my brief introduction. Let's start with the main highlights of the presentation. So what we are going to discuss here are these of the things. What exactly is this Topic Enhancement Program? That will be our first, you can say, question to be answered. Then why is it needed if we are already having an economics optional course, the full-fledged course which is already available? So what is the need for a separate Topic Enhancement Program kind of a thing? Followed by who can join or who should join the program, and then what are the benefits for those people who have already done their optional classes, either here or anywhere else or on their own. So we'll talk about that. And finally, some of the topics that we are going to cover here. These are the main things which we are going to discuss in this particular presentation. So let's start with what exactly is this Topic Enhancement Program. Basically, this program aims to focus on certain topics. That's why the name. The topics will be related to the economics optional subject, which comes in the UPSC services examination. The topics which are being covered, exact names I'll be giving you slightly later, but the topics which are going to be covered are typically those which are more dynamic in nature, as in there are certain parts of current affairs which keep on getting added there every year, as well as interdisciplinary, particularly within economics, as in there may be some link to microeconomics, there may be some link to other aspects of economics also in this case, and definitely some links also to the other subjects like polity. Another reason for doing this program is that references for these topics are somewhat limited. Even if available, they are not available in one source or a couple of sources. And one example I've already given here is public finance. I'll talk more about it towards the end. Okay. So these are also typically the topics where by nature there are some overlapping parts of both the papers, the paper 1 as well as the paper 2. Okay. Hence, many students struggle to handle that type of topic. Okay. Going further, what is the need for this program if we are already doing optional course? So we have a number of students in optional course also. Why we are having it? So let's briefly differentiate the two. The economics optional course is a more comprehensive course which is covering each and everything thoroughly. So paper 1, paper 2, the PYQ discussions detailed, we spend a lot of time on that. PYQ discussions are also being done, plus the tests, limited number of tests on the topics, etc. So the formal optional course is for those people who are going for the preparation from the very beginning. Even if they have background in economics, this is going to be a thorough coverage for them, because despite having economics background, there are some parts of the economics optional course which are not covered in many universities. These things I've already clarified in a separate workshop that we had on economics optional, so we are not going into that. On the other hand, this program TEP aims to focus on selected topics only. The name itself is Topic Enhancement Program, so we'll limit it to certain topics only. Who can join this program? Who should join this program? Basically, let's talk about that as well. As far as should is concerned, the particular those people are welcome who are opting for economics optional and minimum have covered microeconomics course. So microeconomics course, when I say, I mean they are done with the basic consumer theory, producer theory, market theory, as well as welfare economics. Welfare economics is one area which is very much connected with some of the topics that we are going to do, the public finance or growth and development. So that is kind of compulsory, that microeconomics knowledge should be there when someone is coming for this particular program. It's mainly for those students who have already prepared for this course, generally by themselves or by some other source, which we are not going into, but still need guidance on some selected topics. From my discussions with some students in our GS batches, I've come to know that there are students opting for this subject, but they don't want to take up the entire course. Okay. Particularly, they think that the time which is being devoted to the entire course, that's not needed for them, because they have already covered it from their graduation syllabus and so on and so forth. But still, in certain topics, they typically face the lack of references, the lack of connectivity, interdisciplinary part, etc. Okay. By the way, just to conclude about who can join this particular thing, as far as can is concerned, even a student who is not opting for optional, have basic microeconomic knowledge, can go for it. Let's just clarifying. One of the topics that we'll do, like on public finance, is overlapping with our GS course also. In GS prelims, in GS mains as well, there are some questions coming on public finance, so they can also. But just to clarify, if someone without any economics background is coming, they may face difficulty. So when we are doing it, it is expected that you are aware of at least some basic microeconomic principle. So all in all, in short, it is for mainly the economics optional students who are either doing it themselves, the preparations of different topics, but certain areas they want to cover, or anyone who is even planning to do it. Maybe they will be appearing for the exam next to next year, but they want to cover some of the things, they can also join it. They are also welcome. What are the benefits of this program for the optional students? What we have seen in our communication with a number of students who are in our GS batches but not in optional, despite their best efforts, they are not able to master every topic on their own, because as you know that the paper one of the economics optional is kind of decently comprehensive, and no matter from which university a student is coming in, they typically fight to cover each and everything. They are good at some parts of economics, not good at all, and therefore they are not able to cover it. By the way, some of the areas which are offered as an optional course in the universities can be compulsory part of syllabus here. So some of those students may not have even covered it in their undergraduation syllabus, etc. They can join this course to fill this gap. So the topic enhancement program will be filling this gap in terms of preparation for this exam. The topics chosen initially are deliberately those ones which where most of the economics optional students struggle. Okay, and since we are discussing benefits, one more benefit just to inform you is that followed by the classes, there will be a test on each topic and also PYQ discussion in detail. So these things are also getting added over and above what we are discussing within the topics and all. which topics to be covered in this particular program. There are two main topics that we are planning at this point of time. One is public finance. Just to inform you that public finance formally is more a syllabus of paper 1, but there are certain parts which also spill over in the paper 2. Just to give you some example, even in paper 2, you need to know about the Indian taxation system. Public finance includes the areas like taxation theory, public expenditure, subsidies, etc. So in paper 1 also, it is very much a part of syllabus, as well as in paper 2. They expect students to know about the Indian taxation system, the Indian system related to public expenditure, public debt. Fiscal federalism is also a very important topic area of the paper 2. By the way, fiscal federalism is also very important for the GS. In fact, other than that also, taxation, etc. also. That's why I told you public finance particularly is one topic where there is a lot of overlap between the GS as well as the optional syllabus. Definitely the way that we cover it will be more from the optional perspective. At least some parts will be technical, which is related to paper 1, which may not be needed as much in GS as it is needed in the optional courses. Okay, it will take roughly around 12 to 14 lectures. The exact number of lectures will decide depending upon how many doubts, etc. come in. So that we'll see. The other topic that we are planning to have is on growth and development, which is mainly a part of paper 1. But unless someone is good at growth and development theories, they cannot understand certain aspects of Indian economy, like planning in Indian economy. So indirectly, growth and development is also a topic which is spanning across both papers. So I've deliberately chosen those topics here first, which are by nature included in paper 1 as well as paper 2, more in paper 1, but they have clear spillovers in the paper 2 also, which is public finance and growth and development. So even for growth and development, we face the similar challenge. The number of references are limited. Each and every part of the syllabus is not covered in a book or two. Okay. So generally, even the students with economics background struggle a lot to put everything in order. So in such a program, we are trying to put all this together for you, say within 15 to 20 days. So 12 to 14 lectures, even if we have some off days in between, will be taking around 20 days or so, not more than that. So in that short period, you can have a consolidated material related to these topics. That is the basic idea. As far as the timing as in the time when we start with this, we are planning to have it tentatively from 5th September. So next month, 5th September 2026. When we start, we'll start with public finance first. And after we are done with public finance, at least a month after that, we'll be doing the growth and development. Because there will be a number of other areas that will be covering in between. But having said that, this is the planning from our side, because in my experience, I have seen that public finance and growth development are two main parts of paper 1, and including some overlaps from paper 2, where the references, etc., are not so well available. If needed, if there is demand from the student to have some more topics being included, say macroeconomics. So macroeconomics we are not covering over here. But if there is certain interest shown by the students that something like macroeconomics or international economics, etc., then we can think over it. Then we can also offer that. The timings or other structure can be provided to you separately. And that is basically that we are keeping open depending upon the response that we receive on these two topics, particularly the first topic, public finance, for the time being. So this was basically a brief presentation that I had on this particular part, because here we are not discussing the details of syllabus and economics optional. That part we have already covered in the formal workshop that we had. So by chance, if some of you are interested in more detailed discussion on economics optional workshop, you can visit our YouTube channel and find out the workshop video there, recorded video there. This will also be provided there. So depending upon your need, you can take up any of it and continue that way. Okay. So this is basically the idea that we are having on this topic enhancement program. I'll be eager to know that how do you feel about it, what kind of other information that you expect from there, and so on and so forth if in future. So you can definitely contact to the institute also. In case if you want to contact me, you can contact me on my email ID as well, which is written over there, shamsundar14@gmail.com. So any kind of inquiry can be made over there. So this was basically a short presentation that I wanted to have on this topic enhancement program. If there is any doubt or anything that needs to be clarified, we can take that up. Okay. This is it from my side as far as the presentation is concerned. Are there any questions, any doubts, anything? I'll be extremely happy to handle that. Or those who are not watching it here, maybe they will be watching it at a later point of time, the recorded video, they can again contact me or the office in that relation. Okay. So do we have any doubts? No, not yet. Okay. No problem. Go through it. And please provide your inputs related to that. If you are eager to also attend the classes on some other topics, you are welcome to do that particular part also. So let's wait for a minute or so in case there are some doubts coming in. Otherwise, we'll be concluding with the presentation. So in that case, if there are no other doubts, thank you very much for watching this, and let me know if there is any other thing that you want to know about the particular program related to the topics, the readings, what we are covering, what kind of other things which are expected from you. Thank you very much. Thank you.